You stayed with us here on the award-winning Lee Pitts Live, and I think you're going to be delighted as well. We're going to cover a lot of topics today, so get your pen and pad and pull up close to the television screen. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome our first guest on the show is Bill Perry. He's the owner of Bill Perry and Associates. So, Bill, let's bump cups. People may have seen you here about about 3 months ago.
Yeah, October sometime, end of October, I think it was.
What is Bill Perry and Associates?
Well, Bill Perry and Associates is a security and investigative agency in Southwest Florida, where we do private investigations, security as in security guards, armed, unarmed for the gated communities, and so on.
Is that a growing industry or a real high growth industry, a high demand industry? Well, gated communities and other types of communities that may need security guards in need for quality service like yours?
Yes, it's all of the above. Especially in these trying times, companies are looking for security, and at the same time they're trying to downscale in terms of the money that they're putting out there. So we're very affordable. We work with the customer's budget.
Okay. How did you first get into this field, and what makes you excited about it so much?
Well, I got into the field when I retired from the New York City Police Department in 2005. Came here, created this industry. It was always been a passion of mine. Of course, 20 years in law enforcement, Lee, it's hard to give it up. So I came down here and kept it going.
Is there a substantial difference in terms of law enforcement, security, those types of things, and say in the Northeast as it would be down here in, say, a Lee County area?
It's not really different. The approach is pretty much the same. It's just up north, it's a lot more people, a lot more industries. But the idea is the same. Security is the same approach.
Good. Now I got another question. After we finish that question, we're gonna get a chance to see some video about your company. So I'm just getting you ready, Rick. What do you think makes your company, Bill Perry and Associates, different and unique compared to other companies?
Well, in our company, we pretty much are the next step in security protection.
Okay.
Our officers are out there and they pretty much know the client. They get to know them. Okay, what's their name, where they live. It's a personal approach, almost like a concierge service. And that's what we want to do. It's not the typical security guard sitting down, opening the doors, opening the gates. No, it's a little further. It's that next step in customer service.
Okay.
And that's what customers want.
Customer service. Let's take a look at Bill Perry and Associates, Rick.
Hi, I'm Bill Perry, private investigator and owner of Bill Perry & Associates, security and investigative agency in Southwest Florida. I have over 25 years of law enforcement experience. Whether you need a security officer for your gated community or private investigator for your discreet investigations, we understand. There's no room for sleeping on the job. We teach our employees to be proactive, observant, and to expect the unexpected, bringing an investigative eye to the task at hand. We're here for you, and we'll work exclusively around your budget and schedule. I'm Bill Perry, your private investigator and security consultant working for your peace of mind.
Thanks. Welcome back. We saw a wide range of the various services that you have. I know you were really passionate and want to really push that gated community security guard outside. People see those security guards outside, but they don't really, a lot of us normal people go into gated communities or go into shopping centers or wherever we may go that has a security guard that we have at a checkpoint. Sometimes we see security guards sleep. We see them, they don't check ID or whatever the case is. We know they just chilling on their job and then they're playing with their computers. That won't happen with Bill Perry and Associates, would it?
It would never happen. First of all, we have no tolerance for sleeping on the job. It won't happen in a million years.
You seem like you really, when I'm saying that, you're like, okay,
well, because it's important that the client is taken care of. They're spending money on security, so you have to give them the best service that they deserve. And one of the things that we do is we train our own security officers to be the best in the industry. No sleeping on the job, not at all.
No playing with your computer and texting and all that stuff.
No, it's not going to happen. We take our job seriously. Client wants us to be their security company for their gated community. We make sure that our promise to them, is to have a security officer that's professional and has been trained by Bill Perry and Associates.
Now, Bill, we also see security guards in other parts of society whether it's in a mall or whether it's at a big event, a concert, and different things that go on in the community. We see people with nightclubs and so on with security guards. Do you get involved with that at all?
Sometimes we do. We get a client that may call us, not just the yearly contracts, but as just a one-time thing. Mr. Perry, can you supply us with 12 officers for a special event that we have? And yes, we do that. We do the special events.
Okay. How do you select your employees for Bill Perry & Associates? And if there's somebody out there right now who would be interested in getting a job in the field, do you have any openings?
Well, we do have openings, but the selection process is like a three-tier process. First, we get the resumes or the applications or both, emailed or snail mailed to us, which is a postal mail. After that, we look through those resumes and we put them, depending what we see in that resume, we put them on a list. The ones that we contact and the ones we won't contact. Unfortunately, that's the way life is. When we get the ones that we're going to contact, it goes to another selection process. We call the guy or the person up, whether male or female, we bring them in for an interview.
Okay.
After that interview process is over, they go through another selection, another panel of interviews. If they're selected through that, I'm the third stage. After that, I'll make the final decision based on the criteria.
So it takes a while for them to get to the big cheese.
We want to make sure that our client has the best service available, and the only way to do that and to promise them is through that selection process.
All right, we got about 2 minutes left. We're going to take about 2 minutes, Diane. You talked about short-term or long-term. Your security agency can commit to a development or a housing development or condominiums or whatever. You can commit to a long-term, or tell us about that, how much your services.
Well, with the long-term, we're speaking about contract in terms of business. So we can go a year contract up to a 5-year contract. It's up to how we agree upon, myself and the client. We can go to either one, or we can go to a short contract, month by month. It's preferably cheaper for them or reasonable if they go with a year or more contract with our company.
Do you find that gated communities in particular that have security, they always have a security booth up front and they have that little pole that goes up and down, or you may have a community with an open, but they have security guards riding around, both on a little golf cart, that kind of thing. It's kind of explain people how they may say we can use a security guard.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned that. We do both. We have some of our clients that are totally gated, where there's a guardhouse in our offices in the guardhouse. People come in, family members, staff, or visitors will come into the gated community with the guard at the guard booth, and the guard will check where they're going, write down the license number. But we also have another community, a few other ones that we work at, that is semi-closed, semi-gated, where they use our vehicles. We have vehicles with our logo on the vehicle, where we're doing patrol in that vehicle.
Okay. How about quotes? To get a quote, is it free? You come out, you assess it, you give them a quote on what their services would cost?
That's free. That's total free. Totally free. I do the quote.
And final question, how do people reach you?
Well, they can reach us a few ways. They can
We got
call
your website on the screen, too.
The phone number, 239-462-8778, or we have an 800 toll-free for people who are out there don't have a cell phone, whatever the case is, 800-564-7954. Website, www.billperryassociates.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter.
Okay. And of course, you can go to leapizlive.com and click on partners. You'll see a Bill Perry & Associates logo. Click on that to take you right to their website. We got you covered in all areas. Bill, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Oh, the pleasure is mine. Thank you, Lee.
All right, stay right there. As the saying goes in this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like Bill Perry and all the fine people at Bill Perry & Associates. When we come back, we'll meet Pastor Givens, a new pastor in our community at Mount Olive AM.